Hello everyone, Hulu Toy Reviews here, and this is a review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie Legacy 5-inch figures. So this is a very interesting set we got here. Back in 1995, when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie figures came out, which by the way is 6 years before I was born, there were no figures of the Rangers in this style as how they appeared in the movie. There was only metallic versions of the figures that people have already gotten. But in honor of 20 years, technically 21 now, that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie has come out, Bandai has decided to give us this unique surprise. They have decided to give us all 6 of the Rangers from the movie and Ivan Ooze. Now, I don't have Ivan Ooze, but I'm still going to go on with the review because I have all 6 of the Rangers. So included are the red, yellow, black, pink, blue, and white Rangers in this set. And they're all modeled after their suits in the movie. So, let's get on with this review.
So first let's start with the leader of the team, the White Ranger. So over here you can see the White Ranger, and I'll start with the articulation first, because it's basically your standard 5-inch figure male articulation. You can move around the legs and even split them like this. Let me just put Saba back here. You can twist the leg over here at the bottom, and the cuff will twist as well at the same time. You can move out the arms, but you actually have arm articulation that could go all the way back. Now the reason is because of these shoulder pads, that they are actually movable, and that's why they don't hinder the articulation. And you can actually put the shoulder pads on the other figures. And you have the head over here. You have the hand, which it's sort of like a figure arts hand because you can actually take this off. And can you move the cuff? No, you can't move the cuff. But that's the articulation for the male figures. And for the White Ranger, what I'm going to say is that if you recall, in the movie they did actually have a more armored look. That's because the movie suits were actually armor, they weren't really spandex. And you could hear about how the actors suffered injuries with the suits and everything. And basically, this figure is supposed to convey the tone of the armored suit. Not just this figure, but the entire wave of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie figures. And you can see that this looks very similar to the White Ranger costume in the show, except you can see the obvious difference, such as the helmet being a bit more round, I should say. And you can see the chest over here, which is a bit different. And you also have Saba over here, and he's actually fully painted. This is one of the problems I had with the regular Legacy White Ranger, is that the figure, is that the sword that came with the figure, Saba, barely had any paint, and it was just really small. But over here, it is really big and very nice. So that's basically it for the White Ranger. Let's hope he doesn't fall. And now let's get on to the Red Ranger. So now we're taking a look at the Red Ranger over here. And as you see over here, he does retain most of the details from the suit in the show, such as the handcuffs over here and the cuffs on the boot over here. However, the boot now has some color coordinated stripes, which actually make it stand out more. You can see that the Red Ranger over here contains the power coin both in the chest and in the morpher. And what's interesting is that in all the promotional material for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in 1993, they actually showed the Rangers with the power coins on their chests. However, that was never really the case in the show. But here in the movie, they added in that detail, so in a way, the advertising is actually accurate. And basically, you can see that the Red Ranger is much more armored right now. And what's interesting is that he actually comes with a separate helmet. Now what you do is that you basically yank off the helmet off of this figure and place the other one. And this one is actually the power scope for the movie. In that one scene where Rocky uses the power scope in order to analyze or something like that, it's similar to what Iron Man does. And the other weapon over here, which let me get it, is the Blade Blaster over here. And you can see that it's red. However, this is inaccurate. Not just because the Blade Blasters weren't used in the movie, if I'm correct, but because of the fact that if you look at the pictures of the Blade Blaster in the movie, they're actually all black. They're not color coordinated. However, what's interesting is that in the new 2017 Power Rangers movie, it seems like the blasters will be color coordinated. So that's basically it for the Red Ranger. So now let's get on to the Blue Ranger. So over here we have the Blue Ranger, and he's fairly the same as the Red Ranger, but there are some differences. For example, the fact that, well, he's blue. And over here, if you look on the chest, he actually has the Triceratops coin instead of the Tyrannosaurus one. And on the Morpher as well. And something that I didn't mention earlier, if you look at the Morphers over here, they are actually color coordinated. And they are actually releasing the movie Morphers right now as part of the Legacy line. And if I'm correct, they're only like $60 each, but I checked on Amazon, they were like $30. And over here is basically everything in the Blue Ranger. You can see his helmet, which I actually really like this helmet design more than the original because, I don't know, just looks like sleeker in a way. It looks more triangular. And the Blue Ranger, like the Red Ranger, also comes with an accessory. Except this time, it's this little zipline thing that I remember that Billy used in the movie. I don't remember the name for it. I don't even think it had a name. But I remember looking it up on the Ranger Wiki and it said it was the Stega something. Which, that doesn't make any sense because we wouldn't have a Stegosaurus themed Blue Ranger until many years later. Coincidence? I think not. And you can basically put the zip line over here on his hand. And just a piece of advice, be careful putting weapons on the hands because these hands sometimes will come off since they are in the style of figure art hands. And there he goes falling. And he does include the string, but I think that should be very obvious, it's string. So that's basically it for the Blue Ranger. So now, let's get on with the Black Ranger. So over here is the Black Ranger. And you can see that he does look really nice over here. The black is just a really good color in general, and I like what they did with the suits over here, it just really fits. You can see some differences such as the Black Ranger having the Mastodon coin and a black movie morpher. You can see the head over here, which is basically the same thing as they use in the show. However, it's only like a tad bit different in terms of size. However, if I'm correct, this does actually look like the helmet that Walter Jones uses in conventions. And yeah, that's basically all to the Black Ranger in terms of the figure. For accessories, he's the most lackluster of the bunch, as he only comes with, and dang it, this is what I meant by figure arts hands. Alright, there it is. As he only comes with the Blade Blaster, which is actually accurate to how it is in the movie because it's black. And he doesn't include any other accessories, however he would have included more accessories had something in the movie gone through. You see, just like how Rocky and later Aisha had different helmets in the movie, Adam here also was meant to have another helmet. Except it would release giant ears which would increase hearing. However, that never really flowed through in the movie production and there's no pictures to back up the rumor or anything. So for now it's basically just a myth. However, Johnny Young Bosch was actually the one who said it himself, the actor who plays Adam. So it is true if the actor does say it himself, but I hope we could at least get like concept art. Heck, you could have actually packaged the helmet with the ears in this figure. It would have actually been pretty unique and it would have made this figure really rare because I had a concept that was never used. But that's basically it for the Black Ranger. So now let's get on to the Pink Ranger. So over here is the Pink Ranger and we get to one of our two female figures. Now for the articulation, the females actually have the same articulation as the males. And you want to know why? Because in the movie, the females didn't have the skirts. And this is actually applying as well for the 2017 movie. And you can see over here that the females can actually move their legs. Oh wow, Bandai actually managed to accomplish this. Yeah, it's just back then they weren't able to do it, but now for Ninja Steel, they're changing their ways and giving slits in the skirts so that the female figures can actually pose. So you can see over here that the Pink Ranger figure over here is pink. What a surprise! And if you zoom in over here, you could see the pterodactyl power coin. And you can see on the morpher as well, and you can see a pink morpher. Now I actually like the movie helmet a lot more than the show helmet. As you can see over here, it looks tougher basically. Like, it's not really, how do I say it? It's not really as soft and gentle as the normal helmet. This one actually looks like a bit more, I don't really want to say brutal, but a bit more tough in a way. And Pink Ranger over here comes with two weapons. The Blade Blaster over here, which is pink. And another weapon as well. And over here, we have the Thunder Whip, which was actually used in the movie. Huh, seems like the Pink Ranger joined the Belmont clan. And basically, you could put the whip over here. However, it's really hard to do considering, like, this is basically bigger than her hand. And you could pose the Pink Ranger, dang it. Let me try to fix this, there it is, in many ways. Such as her whipping over here. Or maybe, let me put this back. Or maybe like she's holding the other end of the whip. Yeah, the whip is very difficult to place. There, she's holding the other end of the whip. I know it doesn't really look like it, but she's holding it. And yeah, that's basically it for the Pink Ranger figure. So now let's get on to our last figure, the Yellow Ranger figure. So over here is the Yellow Ranger figure, and you can see that she is very similar to the Pink Ranger figure, except she's yellow, obviously. And if you zoom in, you can see the saber-toothed tiger power coin on her chest. And for the helmet over here, it actually looks very similar to the one that they used on the show, except the ears over here are a bit raised. But this is very similar to the helmet that's used in the show. And now the Yellow Ranger's accessories include what everybody has, which, let me get it. The Blade Blaster over here, which is in yellow. Let me put this back. And another unique weapon. Just like the Red Ranger, she includes an extra helmet. Now, I don't remember what they called this in the movie, but it was sort of like flashlights, basically. It was basically that the eyes over here, the little black eyes, would become flashlights, because remember that the visor is over here. So it's actually a very unique way to make the design and a weapon of the arsenal. And it actually looks pretty cool when it's tried on the figure. So that's basically it for the Yellow Ranger figure, and that's it for the movie figures. So, what do I think of them? Here are my final thoughts.
So overall, these movie figures are very nice, and I would highly recommend them to any fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. The figures perfectly represent the suits that we saw in the movie, the 5-inch mold is always great, and these are just spectacular figures overall, and if you have the money, I say go get them. They're actually really cheap right now on Amazon, so you should make sure to get them before the price goes up. But yeah, there's not really much I could say about these figures apart from they're great, go buy them. I'm Hulu Torvies, and I'm signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Tumblr. You could click on the top to check out the previous review or the next review. Thanks for watching, and make sure to have a super mega dino charged day. Well, see you guys next time.